try to go through this really quickly. If you were here, this is where you open it up from your taskbar. This is the single most important tool when it comes to feeding agents calls. You use these tabs to navigate throughout the tool. So, the very first tab is the Users tab, as you can see up here. This gives you a list of every single agent that is logged in. Now, if you're a super or an admin, you have to be logged in. So, Liz, for you, you'll need to be logged in as both super, which has a station ID, and an admin, which does not. If you're going to use Ana for support, she'll also need to be logged in. She has super access, but currently the most important part of this screen is this screen only shows users who are logged in. This is important because we only have 15 licenses. Actually, we have less licenses now. We only have 11 licenses. 11 licenses, and so only 11 people can therefore be logged in. You have to count yourself as one of those 11. Now, you can see their username, their full name, their agent type. The session type means their agent, and then their station ID. This is how you can check to make sure they have the correct station ID. All right, the next tab is the Agents tab. Now, what you see here is all of the agents that have a username in Payment World's Five9 system for Tarzana, for the Tarzana office. So even if the person is no longer with the company, even if they've quit, as long as their username is in the system, their username is here. So this is a username. This person no longer works here, but I have not taken them out of the system yet, so they're still here. But curious, you'll see people like here, who's created a while ago. There's been in there people here who doesn't make any calls anymore. And then here, she, as the person who pays for this account, has to be in there. So that's why she's there, even though she's never actually logged in. And of course, they also give you the support. So support can log in and monitor the system. Excuse me. The other thing here is these are adjustable. All right, so that's obvious. And then you have the agent statistics. Now, this is what's important with the agent statistics is, say somebody like here, she has frequent technical issues. It says she has to restart a computer. Now, she can keep a running tally of her calls, but once she restarts, the calls go to zero on her system. On our system, you can always see the calls for the whole day. So this is how many calls she has for today. This is how many calls he has for today. And unfortunately, you can see she's been having a lot of technical issues, so she had to restart a lot. So her calls are really low. But for the record, on the day I recorded this, she got 3 statements where this person did not. Okay, so, but this person's making calls. This person's clearly making a lot of calls. This person's clearly making a lot of calls. So there's an extraordinary effort here being made on the staff as far as calls, because the minimum daily is 150, and everyone is way over that, with obviously the exception of one person who is having technical difficulties. So very good look for the staff. Here you can see the average call time. So when they say things like the dialer is slow, there is a way to check, and this is how you can check the average call time, the average wrap time, the average not ready time, the average idle time. Now again, you really want to see really low numbers on the average not ready time. The average not ready time. Everyone's average not ready time should be well under 10 minutes, because we're talking average, and you see most of them are even under 5 minutes. With this person here, being under 2 minutes. So and that's usually what I use that as to determine how slow or how fast the dialer is. Again, I tend to look at average idle time, handle time, not ready time, to tell me statistically whether or not the dialer is fast or slow. The other thing is that you can look at this here, state, and you can can determine. So this after call work, this means this person just took a call and they're now making notes. Just took a call, now making notes. Same thing here. This person here is actually on a call. It's pretty obvious, but at least you can see what kind of call is it. It's outbound, West Coast obstacle. That's the call. And these two here are ready to take calls, so it's pretty easy to go. The station ID. Now, this is kind of important because every agent needs a station ID to log in. And the good thing is, even though we now only have actually 11 licenses, there are something like 50 different station IDs. So you can always choose one. I tried to go in order. You want to keep the agent using the same station ID forever. Try not to get them to switch their station ID. If they switch, try to get them to log in with the correct station ID. Once this stuff gets out of hand, it goes crazy. I don't chat with them this way. I chat with them in a different tool. Campaigns. This is the single most important screen for the entire supervisor tool. This is how you start and stop campaigns. So let's do that now. So you see this here. This is running. It's East Coast. Just going to right click and we're going to stop it. Click yes, done. Right click, stop it, yes, done. Stop it, yes, done. So at certain times of the day, you can start and stop campaigns. That's up to you. You can leave it up to the staff to remind you if you want. It might be easier. Anyway, so this is exactly what's running. You can click state, not running. Click state again, that's what's running. Now this waiting for available agents. You see this when there are 3 or less agents ready. Whenever there's 3 or less agents ready, then they can't be fed calls. It goes really, really slow. Typically, to get this sucker humming, you really want to be at 6 agents ready. If you look down here, you'll see that all of these campaigns are not running. So these are not running campaigns. Various reasons why they're not running. Usually it's because they're out of leads. We don't have any more leads for them. So that's why they're not running. Or because of time zones. That's pretty much the only real reason not to run something. We're out of it, or time zones. Over here, this is how you determine how many leads we have left. So this here, total records, was the original, what is this, Central Dentist. So originally we uploaded 27,000 leads. We only have 16,000 left, 61% of the original total. Here we uploaded 400, what is this, Mountain Car Wash, 496 leads. 496 leads. We have 449 left, which is 91% of the total. So this is the only way you can determine how much of a lead source you have left. Without this, you basically have to run them, see where they're at, and that'll determine. So let's say tattoo. Start. Pops up over here. We had 492. We have 181 left. Done. Now I'm going to stop it. Stop it. Done. So these are all the campaigns that we have. You can see it's looks like about 60, 70 different campaigns. Now, let's say you have a campaign that we haven't run a while, like this one, and you want to reset. All right, I'll be following. So this part is how far back you want to go. Now, we opened in March 2012, so there's really no reason to go past March 2012. Alright. But if you really want to be, I don't know, just extra careful, you can go to January. Anything before 2012 is a waste. And then you click next. Now this is where you stop. This is a range. So we're going to go from, I'm going to reset everything from January 2012 to December 2014. That's the range. I never touch this. I never touch that. Click next. Now, what I'm doing is I'm doing Control A That's what I did. I did Control A, and that highlights every single thing. These are dispositions that the agents don't see. Um, Most of these dispositions here, the agents do see, but there's this whole other group of dispositions down here the agents never see. And you want to recycle them all if you're going to reset. But you take your Shift tool, and then we're going to click off some. Sorry. Control A again. And actually, it's the Control tool. Control, click. I'm controlling and I'm clicking with the mouse. We never reset DNCs. We never reset. Actually, we do reset those sometimes. We never reset statements received. We never reset not a business. We never reset no English. Everything else is inbounds to be reset. So I click finish. And what the system is doing is the system has actually blinked out, successfully reset disposition. So now, right click, I click start, and it is over here. There we go. So, we had 29,014, we now have 2,600. So what this means is, out of this 300 difference, that was only not a business, statements received, and DNC. So this is a juicy lead campaign to recall. It's a lot to get when you reset. That's how you reset. So let's reset something else really quickly, and then I'll end this part of the tutorial. I just want to reset something else that we possibly haven't run a while. Let's do West Mountain Plastic Surgery. Again, we're going to go all the way back to let's go there. Let's click there. Let's go next. And then we're going to go next again. Remember, Control A. Sorry, Control A. And then we're going to click here to not select that. And then we're going to do Control. And then we're going to do Control not a business. And then we're going to do Control no English. And then we're going to reset everything else. We're going to click finish. And that will reset. It's going to reset in a little bit. So it tells you right there it's resetting. And once the reset process is complete, I have the option of starting it and doing that. Now, here we go. While that's resetting, I'm hearing off camera that there's an agent who is trying to log out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. Actually, I'm going to go over here to users. I'm going to right click here. And then I'm just going to log out that agent to make it easier for themselves. And so now that agent who is having issues logging out, I have just logged that agent out. That is a power that you have, that you can log out an agent. So I will go back to the reset, and we're looking for, what was that we were doing? We were doing West Mountain Plastic Surgery. That's what we're doing, plastic surgery. Where's plastic surgery? Sometimes whipping through these things. There we go. Okay, so let's start the campaign. All right, so there's 438 total records, and by resetting the campaign, there was absolutely, we only reset one. We only found one. Stop, actually. I just confused myself there because there were people talking to me off camera. It actually wasn't East Coast, it was West Coast Plastic Surgery. Here we go. Where's West Coast Plastic Surgery? Which is there. That's what it was. It's very easy to get confused when people talk to you off camera. Okay, here we go. 239 original, 214 we just gained in the reset. and that's how you reset a disposition. So that's going to be critical because that's how you maximize the dollars that we spend on every lead, is determining when the reset is. Now, here's the sucky part. There is no other way in this entire system to track resets. So you have to have your own reset schedule. I have a reset schedule that I've been using, but it is not up to date. So you can start from zero, but you'll have to reset. So we know that today on 12/29 we reset plastic surgery West Mountain, and we reset Central E6 or vape stores. So we won't need to reset those for another 2 or 3 months minimum. And that's it. That concludes. Sorry this was so dry, but that concludes.